we're here with Battalions and Scapegoat again at Dreadfest. Just here having a little bio chat about the guys, what they've been up to, what life's all about with the band. So can we start at the beginning like all stories do? How did you guys meet up? How did the band get started?
Was it 8 years ago now?
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, 2010. Decided we weren't in any bands at the time. We wanted to do something horrible and just basically got together.
Yeah.
Back then it was, well, there's me and you.
Yeah.
Some other guys in the band. Yeah, just wanted to make as much noise as we could, really.
So it was just all mates, it was like an organic process?
Yeah, basically, yeah, and it's grown and grown since then, over the 8 years. There's been a couple of lineup changes, but the lineup we've got now has been pretty constant for the last few years.
Cool.
And yeah, just writing. I think we're writing our third album at the minute.
Sweet.
Ready to come out later this year on APF Records.
Ooh, exclusive.
Yeah, basically.
So, what's with the band name?
Well, that was our original drummer who's no longer in the band.
Right.
Chris Barford. We wanted something that kind of conveyed a loud heaviness coming towards you, and
he
figured Battalions.
Yeah,
it kind of fit that, yeah.
All the noise sort of thing.
And that's basically it. There was nothing else to it.
Alright, that's all good. So back, 8 years ago, as you say, what were them initial influences that made you go, right, I'm going to make a band that sounds like this?
For me personally, it was Iron Monkey. It was like I wanted to do a band that was like riff-driven with horrible vocals.
Yeah.
Pretty much what we still do now. Maybe not as influenced by Iron Monkey anymore, but that was like, for me personally anyway, the biggest influence.
Yeah, the starter.
Along with like a lot of blues influences like Clutch and Scissor Fight as well were kind of in there at the beginning.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we've gone more that sort of way now, haven't we? The Clutch Scissor Fight type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it is from the changes and it being 8 years and different band members. We've all sort of contributed our own influences into it. Really.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we've all played in bands. Probably, I mean, I've played in bands with Dennett for years before Battalions and stuff like that. And we've all sort of crossed paths in that sort of scene. Yeah. So it's kind of, we've all had to go at different types of bands, different sounds, different things, and it's just a mix of that at the moment, I think.
So that, since you've worked with each other, you know how it works.
Yeah, I mean,
how to introduce new ideas to each other.
Yeah, I mean,
just going, this is happening now.
Yeah, we don't really go, this is what we want to do. Most of our songs come out of like a jam. We'll have a jam at practice and go, that sounds good, that sounds right. We'll put these together.
So when you're playing a riff and Mott the drummer, who's not here at the minute, he'll slam in with a drum beat and playing a riff, and everyone will look at each other and go, whoa.
You start to salivate a little bit, sweaty palms.
Exactly.
There's a riff there, right, what we're going to do with that, let's develop it, bang. You always get that initial...
So it's always a jam, isn't it, rather than we're doing this, we'll have a jam out and just see what happens, basically, and kind of grows organically from there.
So can you talk to us about the era leading up to your first EP launch and things like that? How did that work? Was it DIY? Did you collaborate with people in studios and things like that?
Well, to be fair, in 2010, 2011, that was about the point I joined, replacing actually, sort of playing bass. At one point we had two bass players, myself and Dennett, in lieu of having a guitarist for a short period, and then that guitarist came back into the band, and we recorded we recorded our first one, didn't we? Tested on Convicts, which was an EP that we recorded ourselves in our practice room. And then we sort of moved on from there, and the lineup changed, and Clatch, the guitarist, he went on to go do his solo blues career, which is really taking off. So if you get a chance, Half Deaf Clatch, check him out. And then from there we decided that we were actually going to invest a bit of money, and we actually set it up so that we could go record our first album really at Skyhammer Studios. Conan Boys.
They're someone else.
Yeah.
They really are. They're such beautiful lads as well. They've spent so much time and
so I said the last two albums have been, we've recorded there, we've still took the money to do it, but they've still been a DIY release in essence, and we've done everything ourselves. The third release coming out later this year is going to be the first one we've actually had some label help with, rather than just being completely DIY.
I mean, I still remember we'd released Moonburn, our last one, ourselves. And Fieldy had sort of approached us because we were on tour with 68, and I think it was in London at the Dev, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he said, I'm thinking about maybe signing you guys, etc., etc. I don't know, you know, he was on an hour in, and then we heard nothing from him, and we released Moonburn, and we met, I think we were playing Manchester, the Star and Garter, and he was out, he'd come to see a band or something, and we were playing, and he goes, oh, I can't believe I didn't sign you and release it, because it did real well, you know, we immediately sold out of the, you know, the limited edition ones straight off the bat before we'd even physically released it.
Yeah, because I saw you guys at the Dope Throne show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jesus H, fuck, that was an amazing lineup. And that was it, like, as soon as I saw you, I was like, right, that's etched in there, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see them boys again.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like going on to APF then, for this I take it is going to be, well, they feel like they're due you one now, is pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's what on it.
I mean, to be fair, we know pretty much all the bands on APF anyway, and we sort of play quite a bit in Manchester. That's like a home from home, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're very well received in Manchester, I think, anyway, and it's just kind of a crossover anyway. So even if we weren't signed to APF, we'd still be hanging around with those lads, those bands, those things. You know what I
so
mean?
you do have that like touring schedule, you go back and forth.
Yeah,
and things
definitely,
like that.
Yeah, I think for me it's more like, rather than just having to do everything ourselves, which I love doing, but it can be, you know, stressful at times, it's just having that little bit of take back, step back a little bit and let someone else deal with all that for once, which would be nice.
And as well as the fact that APF have got an amazing roster, like Bomb, Cauldron, Mastiff, stuff like that. So just absolute killer lineup.
Yeah, the full is basically just pick the cream of the crop of the underground at the minute, from what I can see. I'm having them, and it's
ridiculous, really good.
Yeah.
So, I also like to talk to bands about their artwork. You talked about Moonburn, and I absolutely love the cover of that. Like, did you guys do it? Did you collaborate with somebody?
It's actually it's a guy called Craig, goes under the name Daggers for Teeth. He's really well received in like the illustration world. He's done artwork for countless bands, clothing labels, etc. We've used him
twice now,
we used him for Nothing to Lose and for Moonburn.
He's done the tour poster as well.
The tour poster.
We're often on tour literally the very last day of this month really, aren't we? And then and that's with Fist, and he's done like the full tour poster.
Yeah, I'll say he's one of my old school friends. I've known him a long time. We love his style of artwork. It is, like you say, really striking, just bold.
But do you give him an idea, or you just
we basically got a gist of an idea and just run with that, and then.
But he's sort of left to his own devices. He just sort of throws it back.
There's never been a point where he's come back and we've gone, oh, can you change this and this? We've just gone, that's amazing.
You're trusting him.
Oh, definitely,
I always think about the artwork and the album, because you guys are thinking so much about the music. It's very handy to have an artist, but if you can trust in someone to get
he's done a lot for us, hasn't he? So he did our first t-shirt, he's done all the t-shirt designs, he's our present designer basically, isn't he? Like, apart from the one EP we did that Pete did the artwork for, he's done everything for us from day one. So.
So you touched on it earlier, like talking about, you were saying you've got like a home from home, being in Manchester and things like that. You guys are pretty well known for touring and getting your stuff out there and showing your wares, like come buy this sort of thing.
Basically, yeah.
So, any tour antics that you would like to portray on film?
On film, that's
Most of them, to be honest, most of them involve mottos, not here, the drummer.
So we can say it, it's fine.
Yeah, he can't defend himself, so say we like.
His nickname now is Captain Caveman, because he looks like Captain Caveman, the old cartoon when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And he'll have beers, he'll collapse, and he'll collapse for 3-4 hours, he'll be out.
Yeah.
And we'll have to wake him up to play a set.
Yeah, the last tour we did, it was, oh, where's Matt? Oh, he's asleep again. Like, we've got to set up. And then, but fair play to him, he pulled it out the bags every night, so you can't really argue with that. We're not really the rowdiest band on tour or anything like that, are we, I guess?
That might change.
Well, the next
week when we go on tour with Piss, that might change band dates.
Yeah.
So
we'll be seeing your bannermans for that as well.
Nice.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's going to be the same.
Definitely.
But do you think the touring has helped or hindered, or have you picked up anything while you've been on the road? Is there other bands that you've kind of collaborated with going, oh, that sounds great, how did you do that?
Well, I think one of my biggest influences, one of the bands we played with a lot, what influenced me is band 1968.
Yeah.
Just tremendous band and tremendous musicians, and I took a lot from them. I watched them. We did 5 dates with them last year, and every night watching them was just like, Jesus Christ. We'd think we'd do a good set. 1968 would come on and just blows away, and just like, oh my God.
Picking it up that day.
We need to match these guys, you know.
Yeah.
Just things like that. Not that there's no rivalry or anything. Or
No.
It's friendly. You take hints off other bands. You take pointers off other bands, you know. And
so there might not have been the conscious thing of what pedals that, but at the same time, you're like, fuck me.
Yeah,
that's
What
are you using there, or how are you playing that, or.
And I think you also take some of it in. So say you listen to the same band on 5 days. It goes in your psyche and in your subconscious, and then all of a sudden maybe 5 or 6 months later you might be writing something, and all of a sudden something that band would have played just sort of comes out, and you're like, oh.
But I think it is like, I'm not in a band at all, but I'll go and see all these bands play live, and it is something to behold. And I get angry with people when they're like, oh, I've got all the vinyls. Have you seen them? Yeah, so it's a case of getting your arse out and going to see them. I think, like, even from a non-musician, I'm sitting there, like, I've learned a lot of, like, sound and tech and how stuff works, so I think it's like...
Yeah, so I think, like, with the last couple of years, we've got more and more out of Hull, out of Yorkshire, and we've played a lot more around the country, and that's definitely helped, hasn't it? Like we've got it's definitely made our fan base increase, which
I mean, I think
nice.
And it also refines you guys.
Oh, definitely. We've got tight with our stage shows.
I mean, I think the biggest bit of advice for sort of up and coming bands is try and get out of your hometown, because it opens your eyes, because you get used to, except when touring bands come into your hometown, you get used to it, and you play in a style, and you'll also see the city, if they're constantly playing the same sort of bands, it's like a style almost for that town. As soon as you go somewhere else, you're like, Jesus Christ, we're so far behind the curve. And you go somewhere else, and it's like, oh my God, you know, and things like that. And I think the one bit of advice I give to any band is try and get out of your hometown as much as possible.
Even if it didn't go well.
Even if it goes
something.
If it goes terribly, in fact, you learn more if it's terrible. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking sing. Yeah, Jake and McGarry were just talking about it, so they got booed off stage in Ireland. So they travelled pretty much 2 days to get booed off stage and then get on back again. It's like, alright, fair enough.
Yeah, like, you can't have, they're not all winners, are they? So.
No.
So with that in mind, like, the whole point of this channel is for me to shine the spotlight on bands and give them that platform to say whatever the hell they want. So the thing is there any bands that you want to give a shout out to, the ones which you should go and see?
Oh, definitely. Well, there's
trying to think.
loads
Too many.
When you put on the spot.
I mean, any band on APF, they're all. We played the showcase, and every single one of them.
Yeah, all day.
It was all day, and we played. And there was a couple that I'd not heard, you know, and every single one brought it. They absolutely smashed it, and
showed why they were on. Why they were picked to be on the label.
So any band on APF, I mean, the ones that stand out for me are Desert Storm and Pissed, and Red Eye Revival. Those are fantastic ones.
Bon Cauldron
as well. Yeah, absolutely.
The full roster. We're just going to name them all.
It's just but I mean, there's tons. I mean, pretty much anyone we've played with, or any gig we've played, there's always been a band that we've taken away and gone, they were spot on.
It really is the tip of the spear right now, I think.
Yeah.
I've been in the gig scene for nearly 20 years, and it's like every day there's a good gig.
Not
a gig that you can go to, a gig that's actually fucking
good.
So I've been playing in bands since I was 18, so 28 years I've been playing in bands.
Yeah.
And I've never been as happy or as busy.
Yeah.
Or as fulfilled
last about 3 years ago it started picking up, didn't it? And then
it's incredible at the minute. The underground scene's just bubbling over, and it's ace. I love it. I've never been as busy as this, and I think it's superb.
Yeah, it's a testament to it. Like. So, thank you very much, guys, for coming and doing a quick interview with us, man. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honour. So,
yes, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you very much.